Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Windward Buddhist Temple's virtual Dharma Remembrance service today. We will be remembering those loved ones who have passed away in the month of May. I will ring the Daiking, or the lodge bell, after each name is read. And then after the last name is read, we'll go directly to chanting of the Sutra, Juseige. We will begin the service this morning with the chanting of the Vandana Ti-Sarana, which is found on page 7 of the Red Service book. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Nojo Matsuda. Hanayo Nishimoto. Satomi Takashiba. Harry Mineo Mike Hiramoto. Mangoro Fukumoto. Glenn Yanagisawa. Hideo Yanagisawa. David Inaba. Lin Pang. Namanda, 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 Namanda. kansho sengan ishimu jolo shigang vumanzok teifu josho ga aomu ryoko uidai seshu sai shou ming teifu josho ga rashi jo bundo myosho jo jippo kukyo mi shomon teifu josho ga ryokujin shonen joe shubongyo shigumu jodo isho tenin shi jenniki endaiko usho musaido shoujo sankubyo osai shuyakunan kaihichi egen meshi kongmoan eisoku shoakudo tudan zen shumon kosojo manzok iorojipo nijigan shujuki tenkong fugen ishukai hozo koseku dokuho jodai shuju seppo shishiku kuyo isai bus gusoku shutoku hong gane shinjo man toku isangayo nyobun mugechi tsudan mi fusho gangaku erich toshi sai sho song shigan yakoka daisen o kando kokusho tenin dojing myoke Sing Ojo Namandam, Sunamandam, Sunamandam, Namandam, Namandam, Namandam. The recitation for today is the Creed, number 2. And this is found on page 4 of your Red Service book. Let's put our hands together in reverence. Casting off the self-power mind of the varied practices and disciplines, we entrust ourselves single-mindedly to Amida Tathagata to save us in regard to the one great matter of birth. With the one thought moment of entrusting, we know that we are saved and that our birth is settled. After this, we say the name in joy and gratitude, repaying the Buddha's graciousness. We acknowledge gratefully that we're able to hear and understand this teaching because of the benevolence of our Master having appeared in this world and of the successes in the transmission of the good teachers whose words were not shallow. Beyond this, we will observe the established rules of conduct throughout our lives. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandabutsu. Namandabutsu. Well, good morning once again, everyone, and welcome to the Windward Buddhist Temple's virtual Dharma and Remembrance service. Last week, if you recall, we observed the annual Gotange service here at Windward, and we had a very special guest speaker from West Kauai Honganji, Reverend Tomo Hojo. He mentioned in the beginning of his talk that he never thought that online services would become a major service style until last year. He said that Shakyamuni's teachings are true in that life is impermanent and that nothing stays the same, and that we are experiencing that in our daily lives as we go through this COVID-19 pandemic. It is heartening to know that the vast majority of those in our Sangha have been protected by the vaccine, and that now they are allowing those in the younger age groups to be vaccinated as well. As Buddhists, we know and understand that when we protect ourselves, we are also protecting those of others in the community as well. It is a safe vaccine with very few side effects, bad side effects. And so I believe that with a few exceptions, for those who are medically compromised upon the advice of their doctors can receive it, and then we can reach so-called herd immunity, and we can get together live at the temple and begin to resume Sunday services and other related activities as well. Although the CDC has released new guidelines recently, our governor has prudently maintained Hawaii's safe distancing mandate and mask wearing for a bit longer for the safety of all of our residents. But it was heartening to know that the governor is now allowing parents to begin watching sporting events for their children, and that the public schools will reopen again in the fall. It is in the loving kindness metta that we recite periodically in our Sunday services that reminds us of the Mahayana teachings. Let me read a few lines from it. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my friends be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May strangers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. And may they live in peace and harmony. May my enemies be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them, and may they live in peace and harmony. Namo Amida Butsu. Let's put our hands together in reverence as I read these words. The word here in the passage from the larger sutra means that sentient beings, having heard how the Buddha's vows arose, its origin and fulfillment, are altogether free of doubt. This is to hear. Namo Amida Butsu. I often think about our Windward Sangha and what a great group of people that we have coming here each and every Sunday before the pandemic, when possible, to share in the Dharma. And every so often we are fortunate to have new people come. And that is always nice and welcomed. Children are a plus to have in the Sangha, and they contribute so much in their own way. When we were having services here, and at other temples as well, I noticed that, and I'm sure that you did also, how the faces of the elders light up when the children were in attendance. I hope they realize that the children's presence do contribute to their well-being. It's been known that when they bring pets to the nursing home, the residents there often show their glowing faces. So this morning I would like to discuss with you what I and others in the Honganji feel. What is the meaning of a temple? Originally it was a place where people gathered to listen to the Dharma and discuss matters. It was called a dojo. For those of you who are familiar with the martial arts, the word dojo is familiar to you. Dojo means practice hall, such as the karate dojo, aikido dojo, kendo dojo, judo dojo, and so forth. They all have the meaning of practicing hard to develop a technique or to develop self-discipline and to reflect and to realize one's limitations. Temples of most Buddhist sects have been built in quiet and isolated atmospheres. For example, a Tendai sect, where our founder Shinran practiced and suffered for 20 years and finally left because he could not find enlightenment. It is situated on Mount Hiei, way up above in the hills of Kyoto. The same can be said about where the mother temple of the Shingon sect is, which is on Mount Koya. The reason for this is that there the monks can meditate and concentrate in that environment. However, in the Jodo Shinshu sect or the Honganji sect to which we belong, our temples are called the Monpo Dojo. Mon means to hear, or po, or ho, means the Dharma, and dojo means the place hall for practice. The Honganji temples are therefore the place where one listens to and hears the Dharma. Therefore, many Honganji temples are built in cities and towns where it is convenient for people to attend the services and to listen and share the Dharma together. Incidentally, the main temple of the Honganji, Kyoto, is right in the middle of town, and so is the Higashi Honganji as well. So now what does Shinran say about what it is that we should listen? Shinran explained that the word here in the passage from the larger sutra means that sentient beings, having heard how the Buddha's vows arose, in other words, its origin and fulfillment, are altogether free of doubt. This is the meaning of to hear. Shinran says in the preface of his seminal work, the Kyogyo Shinsho, how joyous I am, Shinran, disciple of Shakyamuni. Rare it is to come upon the sacred scriptures from the westward land of India and the commentaries of the masters of China and Japan, but now I have been able to encounter them. Rare it is to hear them, but already I have been able to hear. Reverently entrusting myself to the teaching, practice, and realization that are the true essence of the Pure Land Way, I am especially aware of the profundity of the Tathagata's benevolence, and here rejoice in what I have heard and extol what I have attained. In the teachings of the Buddha, we find true joy and happiness. And as we live the Dharma-centered life, we experience the happiness and joy which embraces all aspects of life, even the unpleasant and oftentimes the painful ones. The Buddha teaches us to become awakened to our real conditions, which is diluted by the three poisons of greed, anger, and self-centered ignorance. He also teaches us to overcome delusion. Understanding this makes us aware of our own karma, and in turn makes us aware of the Nembutsu through the wisdom and compassion of Amida Buddha. This mirror-like teachings of the Buddha is what transforms us, and we show gratitude by repeating the name of the Buddha. But Buddhism also teaches us to share the Dharma with others, and in benefiting others, we come to benefit ourselves. This is the Bodhisattva path. The way of the Bodhisattva suggests that instead of thinking of our own self-centered behavior, it suggests other ways of thinking that benefits others first, caring for others' happiness and well-being, understanding others, and practicing selflessness. Let me share this story about hell and the Buddha land. A person had a dream of going to hell and going to the Buddha's land. In hell, there is delicious-looking food in the middle, but no one can reach it because the food is in the middle of a deep valley. And so to reach the food, they were given long pairs of chopsticks, which were of sufficient length to reach the food. All the people in hell tried to eat the food with the long chopsticks. Though one could reach the food with the chopsticks, it was impossible for them to eat the food because the chopsticks were too long. Meanwhile, other people tried to catch the food with the chopstick, but did not want to give the food to the other people. So nobody could eat it, and they fought each other for the food. They all looked furious and unhappy. Then the person visited the Buddha's land in his dream. The scene was the same. There was food in the middle with long chopsticks. And this time, everyone looked happy and well. In the Buddha land, one picks up the chopsticks and gives it to each other. The person receives them gratefully and uses a chopstick to pick up food and give the food to another person. In this way, they fed each other and they all enjoyed the delicious food. In hell, everyone is thinking about their own benefit and not others. On the other hand, in the Buddha's land, everyone is first thinking about each other's happiness and then their benefit. The Bodhisattva way, or the Buddhist way, is to care for others without thinking of their own benefit. And the Bodhisattva's happiness comes from the joy of benefiting others. In expressing his joy over what he read and heard, Shinran shares the teachings with us. But rather than forcing people to follow the Nembutsu path, he simply shared his understanding and experience of the Nembutsu with them. Sharing the Buddha Dharma selflessly or with awareness of our own selfish deeds is the practice of the Bodhisattva way. This spirit of sharing can be practiced in various forms in our lives. And so thank you very much for listening to this Dharma message. Please join me by putting your hands together in reverence as I read the words written by a BCA minister that I read somewhere. Selfishness has been with us for many years. Hatred, desire, and ignorance are all based on the self-centered clinging. Realizing this is the first step. The I, my, me, mindness can be transformed into the not I, my, me, mindness through the Dharma, guiding us to think about others' happiness and peace first. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. The Gatha for today is to live, Ikiru. This is followed by the Nembutsu.
In gratitude for yesterdays I've seen, in gratitude for gift of life today, in gratitude for my tomorrows yet to be, I bow in kansho. Namu Amida Butsu. This life of mine, just as it is, this heart of mine, just as it is, such as I am, I wish that dearly only this, to live my life, this day as I am. That Buddha universal light, and I myself, just as I am, are bound as one, is a simple precious bliss that brings me tears. Oh, the wonder of this life. Ikasarete ikite kita, ikasarete ikite iru, ikasarete ikite yukoto, te o awasu, Namu Amida Butsu. Kono mama no waga inochi, kono mama no waga kokoro, kono mama ni kano ni marinase, itasurani, ikinam kyomo. Anakashi komi motoketo, anakashi kokono wareto, usubaru kono toto sani, nabidamu, inochi no fushi.
Namo Amida, Namo Amida, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida, Namo Amida Butsu. The Dharma speaks to us through the sounds of the world, forcefully and eloquently and beautifully. It speaks of the unending change around us, the immutable truth of interdependence, and the peace in nature. Do we have the ears to hear and to listen? Listen to the Nembutsu in the Hondo, listen to the noble silence of the Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much for attending this virtual service this Sunday. And would you please join us again next Sunday at the same time, 9 a.m. The speaker at that time will be Keiji Kukino of the Windward Buddhist Temple. Thank you very much, and please take care of yourselves. Goodbye.
Good morning. Today we have a special celebration for Brin Jaffe. She's the eldest daughter for Mike and Linda Jaffe. And she is graduating the class of 2021 from Leijardine Academy. And as you can tell, you know exactly where she's going. Oh, you have to kind of move because I can't see the D. There we go. She's going to Dharma. So we're happy that she's able to come here so we can celebrate her accomplishments.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samman sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Namo Amida Butsu.
Okay, I'd like to present Brin with a lei with her class or school colors and something that she might be able to use when she goes to school.
As we recognize the graduation of Brin Jaffe from Leijardine Academy, may we express our deep appreciation for the love and guidance bestowed upon her and her classmates by her parents and teachers. Your untiring effort and care have led you to this day as you continue your pursuit of knowledge and truth. While we rejoice in your accomplishments throughout your years at Leijardine and congratulate you as you continue on the path of life, we also recognize the sacrifices of your parents, teachers, and all significant others who have nurtured you to this day. Here at the Windward Buddhist Temple, we walk the path of the Buddhist perspective of relieving the suffering of others. As we do so, we begin to understand that our lives are not ours alone, but also that of others. Please remember the golden chain of love that teaches us to try to think pure thoughts, to do pure deeds, knowing that what I do now depends not only on my happiness, but also that of others. Remember that every bad situation will have something positive. I truly believe that you have learned a valuable lesson throughout your years, that of being in the embrace of the infinite wisdom and compassion, Amida Buddha, and that you will always walk in the light of the 6 paramitas or perfections in the Eightfold Path throughout your adult life. May you be continually guided by the infinite light and life as you continue your life's journey. In deep appreciation, let us recite the holy name. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida
Namo
Butsu.
Amida
Namo Amida Butsu.
Butsu.